Hi, and thank you for joining me on this journey to my blessing. I'm blessing a day, and I am coming to you from one of my appointments. During this transition, for me, it has been challenging because of work and housing and just trying to keep things together with insurance and my own insurance, right? So I often don't take my mask off, but I'm in a room by myself. Um, that's not been used today. Properly cleaned while here at the doctor's, waiting on my doctor to come in. And this particular today's appointment is for my facial surgery, so the FFS. I'm looking forward to the outcome. I have made some choices on what I want my outcome to look like. Even though people are like, oh, you shouldn't get all this work done. You look fine, da 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 da. And I'm like, listen, it's none of your business. I look like my mother, and I'm ready to look like me, first and foremost. And I've given that 38 plus years, right? So now that we're here, let's see. So I'm just, one of the things I think is very important today for me to tell you is that, be mindful of the information you provide to your medical provider. And what I mean by that is your namesake. Um, Most times, legally, because of documentation, they use your born name. And if you have not transitioned your name and your dead name is still used, oftentimes they will use your dead name, not knowing who they're walking to the waiting room to pick up if there's no indicator. Now, I believe there should be opportunities where indicators are shown to help people out in that case, so they'll know to not misgender or use the improper names or dead names of individuals, especially for life or death situations, because you never know who people come to appointments with. But I'm just simply saying that, be mindful of the situations that the assistant may be in, may not be aware, have not checked the file to know these things. I know it's like, hey, it's just one little extra step you can do, but that's not always the case. As a former public health advisor for the city of Philadelphia, I find it to be very difficult at times to making sure you have the proper information, because myself, even as trans, have done that to women and to men in waiting rooms, and even when they would come to the clinic to see me. So I find it very important to make sure that's said and hopefully follow. The other thing too about today's visit for me is this is the final visit before my surgery date. So I've already had my initial visit some months ago due to some insurance lapse or issues there, that was pushed back. Now I'm here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we have worked out. I'm looking forward to my schedule date. I do have my top surgery schedule date, which I will share with you on another post for that particular surgery with that doctor. This is a different doctor. And so for facial and top surgeries, I'm at one hospital in Philadelphia, and I decided for bottom surgery to see a urologist at another hospital. I could have done it all here, but I didn't think about it. I honestly didn't. And plus, the uh, surgeons over in the urology department at the other hospital came highly recommended. I'm not a spokesperson for anyone's hospital. I'm not paid to do any advertising, so I would not be sharing that information with you. But if you reach out to me publicly, or privately rather, we can definitely have that conversation. I just don't believe in promoting people who are making tons of dollars off of us to end up with nothing. So your intellectual property is very valuable. Remember that. But let's see. So today, this journey for me is kind of bittersweet. Spoke with my mom. She gave me her blessing for this opportunity and that she's excited for me. And I'm really excited because I think it's important for people to just get an idea of what this process is like for yourself and for others. And I'll definitely be sharing more as the weeks approach for this. But we're ending 2021 with scheduled dates and appointments and being clear and ready for next year. So February of 2022 will be top surgery. I will share more information about that later. But I appreciate you for stopping by, listening, and just watching this video. But if anything, the point of this message today is just be mindful of the conditions that your hospital or your surgeon may be in, and their assistance with naming you, making sure that they correct it once they do see you and they do what's right. But of anything, work with them, not against them. Have a blessed one. Blessing out.